in London. Eric Liddell was born in northern China on January 16, 1902, to Scottish missionaries Reverend and Mrs. James Liddell. At the age of 6, Eric and his older brother Robert were sent to a boarding school in London. Eric became heavily involved in athletics and played rugby, cricket, and was a runner. In 1920, Eric moved to Scotland to attend the University of Edinburgh. Eric quickly became known for being the fastest man in Scotland. While at the university, he won AAA championship in the 100-meter dash, setting the British record of 9.7 seconds. This record stood for 23 years before it was tied by another runner. In 1924, Eric went to the Olympic Games in Paris, France. Despite the fact that the 100-meter dash was his best event, Eric was forced to withdraw from the event because some of the races were scheduled on Sunday. Liddell, because of his strong Christian convictions, refused to compete on Sundays because he believed it should be considered a holy Sabbath to the Lord. Instead, he entered the 400-meter dash. While Liddell was challenged throughout the whole race, he took the lead and received the gold, setting an Olympic and world record with a time of 47.6 seconds. He also got the bronze medal in the 200-meter dash. Liddell continued to compete in races, but rather than continuing to run as a career, he returned to China in 1925 to serve as a missionary. At one point he was asked, after working in China for several years, if he regretted his decision to leave the fame and glory of the sports world. He responded by saying, "It's natural for a chap to think over all that sometimes, but I'm glad I'm at the work I'm engaged in now. A fellow's life counts for far more at this than the other." In 1941, living in China became so dangerous due to the Japanese aggression that the British government recommended that all British nationals leave China. Liddell was concerned for the safety of his family, but considered the work of Christ far more important than his own personal needs. Just like when he chose to give up athletics in order to reach the unsaved people of China, he again chose to risk his life so that others could receive something far greater than gold or silver. He stayed so that the people of China could come to know Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. Later, when the Japanese invaded, Liddell was placed in an internment camp where he remained until he died in 1945 at the age of 43.